Welcome to the records. Let me just start that over again. My God, this is my basically. I haven't slept for a long time. Okay, let's start that over again. This is going to be a podcast. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast. It is wow. It is the first week that we have had really a semi-large competition internationally, and it was Junior Grand Prix Xi'an, and I somehow decided I was going to stay up for a lot of it. So that's why if I'm not coherent today on this podcast, sponsored by John Wilson Blades, you know what to blame. Michelle, how are you?
Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I got home at like 11:30 from the B-52s last night. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm 3 hours ahead of you. I'm hanging out with my dog way past our bedtime because I haven't seen her in like 6 hours. And I just look at my phone and who's that tweeting? Skate after skate, but Jackie Wong. And so I turned on the men and I watched the last group live on my phone. But I couldn't believe you were up. You've got a roaring start to the season.
But the question is, why has nobody skated to the B-52s?
I know, right? That would have been great for like the 80s theme. I mean, they could have done a 90s theme. They could have done, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a free dance.
That's one of those where I'm like, was there like a music copyright issue with that one?
No,
Because
no, I'm sure they would like be fine with it.
you would think so.
They're
You
cool.
could totally
and,
think about like like some kind of quick step pattern with
yeah,
their stuff.
yeah. And it's so, their music is so funky and weird. It's like you could do so much with it.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. Well, we'll talk about the Junior Grand Prix in Xi'an in just a few minutes. But there's been some news in the last few
Yeah.
hours. Okay. The first piece of news is that I teased an interview yesterday, and I did the interview this morning. And the interview was with Olympic champions Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara. And little did I know that they were holding on to a secret that they didn't tell me during the interview. 'Cause I'm sure they didn't want that to be like the topic of the interview.
Tweeted.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hold a lot of secrets, as we all know. But they're engaged. So
That's awesome.
we got some engaged Olympic champions.
Good
So
for them.
amazing. Yeah. So congratulations, Riku Ricci. I will be editing your interview in a very different light this week, thinking about, oh, that's why they were so chipper today.
We're giggling.
Yeah. It was a lot. There was a lot of giggling. It was a fun interview. It was a lot about their Olympics experience, but a lot really about the show, the Destiny, which unfortunately for those outside Japan didn't get to see. It was just such an amazing show with like
Looked cool.
like all the top pairs in the world, some of the top dance teams in the world. Daisuke Takahashi was there. Like it was so there was so much good stuff. And we talked about that. We also brought in, this was a large interview. We also brought in Caitlin Weaver and Mitch Islam to talk about
nice.
the whole process. So it was
Yeah,
really fun.
cool.
It was really fun to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Riku and Ryuichi.
Mitch Islam had a good weekend. He wasn't in China, but his team was great on the Junior Grand Prix. And we'll
He
get to
did.
that.
I did talk to Mitch, and he was like,
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not in China and I'm at the cottage right now."
Yeah.
Canadians at their cottages.
I'm sorry. Heated rivalry has ruined the cottage for us. No Canadian is ever going to be able to be like, "Oh, I'm at the cottage,"
I
without
know.
me thinking like, "I know what you're doing."
I'm coming to the cottage. Okay. Other things that have happened this week. There are some. Kinoshita Group Cup is coming. The first really truly big Challenger Series event. I know we had Cranberry Cup, and it was an international. It was a Challenger Series, but it was early in the season, and we didn't see a huge field there. We will see a bigger field and a more star-studded field at Kenosha Group Cup. And a couple folks just withdrew. Neset Markelov
Americans.
withdrew, and Sonia Hilmer also withdrew. But we will preview that competition in a couple of
Sasha
weeks.
Trusova is still in.
Ignatova.
No, it's Trusova, and I'm going to be calling her husband Mr. Trusov.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
why not? Why not?
Ignatova. Okay.
Yes. And then the shocker that was Maddie and Evan announcing that they were taking the season off after Evan announced it with me at ISU Congress.
Well, did he I have to go back and watch that. Did he say they were taking the whole season off or just the fall, the Grand Prix?
I am almost
I feel like
certain.
it was the fall.
Interesting. That's interesting that you remember it that way. I totally remember it as they were taking the entire season off. But
okay.
Anyway, I mean, Maddie never said anything, right? So it was.
Maybe I'm confusing it with Piper and Paul, who were just said fall so far. Yeah.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
Maddie hasn't said anything, and so I think she wanted to say her piece. I'm curious about what they've got going on too, because I think
shows.
Yeah, there's more coming up. So
I mean, I have to imagine Maddie is incredibly busy with skating work because who isn't asking her to do their costume and help them with their program concept and maybe choreography this year?
Yeah.
I mean, I would plead for her help if I needed it. I need it. Yeah. But she did so much and so well while she was competing. I feel like she has more capacity now, and I want to see the fashion projects.
I know. I do wonder if she becomes one of the preeminent skating costume designers over the next few years. It's I mean, she's got such a good design eye, and she's done so many iconic looks on herself and also on other skaters. It's
kind of Olivia Smart.
Yeah, exactly. Olivia Smart. Yeah. What else, Michelle? What else is there?
For everyone who's not on Twitter, I read a little conspiracy theory that I'm starting to believe in that Amber Glenn, she announced both of her programs for the 2027 season. And apparently she's been following a bunch of people on Dancing with the Stars. And people are connecting the dots that she might be on Dancing with the Stars this fall. And I am believing in that theory. I feel like it's going to happen.
The theory is corroborated because I all of a sudden have started getting Dancing with the Stars Instagram recommendations.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, where did these I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars in years.
Oh my God, that show is the bane of my existence. I really don't like it. I hate how they all do different rhythms, but there's always some skater on it, and I'm like, well, I guess I got to watch it again. So, great for Amber if she's on it. Great for me if she's not, but I think she is on it.
Well, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, the announcements are coming right now. It's been sort of trickling out by the contestant. Julia Stiles, I know. I'd want to be on a season with Dancing with the Stars with Julia Stiles. But I mean, there's no way if Julia Stiles makes it to the later rounds, she's not going to recreate that
oh my God, horrible Save the Last Dance routine.
There's just no way they're not going to do
absolutely.
That. The
He's absolutely going to do it.
The random hip hop thing that she did in that movie. But what's interesting is some of the suggested posts that I've had with Dancing with the Stars have been these are the odds of contestants on Dancing with the Stars based on insider information. And I'm like, who the heck are these people? Not the contestants, but the people who are posting
the suggested posts. Yeah.
That is all I will say about any of this. So Amber, we will see what happens. Dancing with the Stars starts very soon, I think. So so it has to be the announcements.
And the other thing is that, like, when there's a skater on it, like, especially Amber, like, she's going to be good. She's going to get pretty far. So it's going to be a lot of homework for me. It'll be fine. It'll be good. I don't watch the whole episodes. I watch them on her. I'll watch her on YouTube.
I mean, if that is the case, we're going to have to do some recap shows on it.
Yeah. I hope she has a good partner too.
Yeah. Well,
imagine if she wins.
So on these Instagram suggestions that I've been getting, the rumor is that her partner is Max Chermskovsky.
Meryl's partner.
Meryl's partner, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I'm pretty sure that was the rumor.
It's crazy because, like, Meryl Davis, like, won the Olympics. She won multiple world titles. She won the Olympics. She was very, very successful. But it felt like when she went on Dancing with the Stars, it became, like, real fame. And it's just a weird platform that so many people watch that I would never think to pay attention to, but I guess a lot of people do. So I think that would be really fun for Amber.
It is network TV, and it's been on for like 50 years.
Who even watches network TV anymore, though? It's crazy. Like, my mom doesn't even have it anymore. Like, I don't know.
Says the person who works with NBC.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
All right. Well, enough of the asides. We'll see all the stuff that happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's talk about Junior Grand Prix, the very first one of the season. It was in China.
It was well attended.
It was well attended. I was very surprised because Chinese figure skating competitions don't often tend to get this kind of audience, and it's a junior event. But that is also to say, we saw what happened with the Chinese skaters. They came away with 4 of the 12 medals here.
Yeah.
So, and we know Chinese audiences, like many other countries' audiences, but like, you know, Chinese audiences really like it when their athletes are actually going to be, you know, winning or close to winning. So I would imagine that had an effect on turnout. And I hope this continues, right? Because, hey, we've got the Grand Prix final and the Junior Grand Prix final in China. We've got, wasn't there something else coming up in China? Oh, no.
China.
Yeah, Cup of China is in China. I was thinking 4 continents, but that was last year. So yes.
Do we know where it is this year?
It's in Astana.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Junior Grand Prix Xi'an was the first competition, speaking of Michelle Ellis's AIN3 designation. She is also an individual neutral athlete. This is the first...
I wouldn't make the U.S. team.
Neither would I.
It's not going to happen.
Individual. We this is the first time we have seen Russian and Belarusian skaters compete at a competition, international competition, since the 2022 Olympics. So a lot of differing thoughts about that, obviously, and we had touched on that in our season premiere episode. But the Russians especially have had a history of very strong junior skaters, and this is the continuation of that. They swept all 4 categories, and rightfully so. I don't think there was any doubt about that based on how the 4 entries skated. What were your impressions overall?
I mean, I think the idea of whether the Russians and Belarusians should be there is one thing. But aside from that, the athletes they sent were really remarkable. And, I mean, a pleasure to watch. They all competed and performed really well. I was really excited to see Sofiia Dzepka. And she was in the women's event. She was extraordinary. Just, oh, my gosh, so balletic and just such quality of movement. Really great performance ability, and she was awesome, just really special skater. I watched their pair. I watched the pairs event this morning. Their pair team was awesome. I mean, just the attack, the like just the completion of their elements, just the amount of content. Triple flip, half loop, triple Salchow, solo triple Lutz. They got an E, but like still, that's you don't see that in senior by anybody. Like it's extraordinary. Just great elements, and I feel like we've really suffered the most in terms of pairs. Pairs, I think, is the discipline that has suffered the most from the absence of Russian skaters, because it's like they raised the level so much, and this was just sort of refreshing to watch how just they threw down the gauntlet with this performance, especially in the free skate. It was awesome.
Let's actually start with the pairs, because you and I were talking about this before we came on the show. Both pairs and ice dance for juniors, it's it's really volatile in terms of whether or not the pairs and the ice dance teams who succeed in the junior level actually then make it to the senior level and then succeed as well. I think pairs especially so, because there does tend to be a difference in size. I mean, you see that with oftentimes the Russian pair teams. You see that oftentimes with the Chinese pair teams, where the guy is maybe 2 years, 3 years older, right? They're still juniors, but there's an age difference that's enough where one has gone through puberty and grown, and the other is still sort of there, like close to it, or maybe just about to.
Yeah, we really saw it with the second place or the third place Chinese team.
Yeah, and so like you see, I mean, last year when we saw Guo and Zhang do the quad twists, right? Like she was just so much more compact versus him, and he just kind of launches her in the air, and you see that here with the junior pair skaters as well, and same thing with like the solo jumps. Like oftentimes the Russian junior pairs teams will have these big jumps earlier on, and then they lose them later on because they grow, or whatever it is. But it is interesting to see that Shesheleva and Karnakov were absolutely heads above the competition here, and we're talking about over silver medalists Yushan Chen and Yinbo Dong, who were at the Junior Grand Prix final last year. They've made improvements, but the gap between them and
it's huge.
And the AIN Russian team was just completely huge. So you see that kind of like there is really and it's historically been the case. There has been a lot more of an emphasis on building these junior pairs in Russia than there is in really any other country.
Yeah. I mean, some of them do survive puberty, growing through it. I mean, we've seen like two of the most successful Russian pairs, Baikova Kozlovsky and Mishina Galyamov. Mishina was with a different partner when she was junior, but she grew a lot. And she then had a very strong senior career after. She's still having it. And Baikova Kozlovsky, they stayed together, but they had a season or two there that were a little bit rough while she was growing. But, I think it's to see that level of technical skill in Polina, who's 14. I mean, I would hope that she is able to maintain some of that, as she gets older. It's extraordinary. It's just, and it's kind of crazy because you don't often see, I think in the U.S., skaters that have all these triple jumps going into pairs.
Right.
They usually try it at singles for a while. But it's, to see, I mean, just for so many years, we've seen these really struggle bus jump sequences in pairs, and to have this team so efficiently go out and just do triple flip, half flip, triple sal, like nothing was like very refreshing to see.
Yeah. Remains to be seen how they continue to grow, but I think this was a great start for them. I looked at the junior worlds from, I think it was like 2014 to 2020, when there were a whole bunch of Russian pairs in there, and the success rate of them actually getting into the seniors was 20%, and it was exactly those two pair teams that you
Yeah,
have
but you have
mentioned.
to have Yulia Artemyeva in there as well because she was not competing internationally because of the ban, but she had a really strong senior career in Russia in the past Olympic cycle. She's great. I don't know if she's still competing, but
Yeah.
I really like her skating. Anyway,
That was the pairs was interesting. I mean, it was 10
yeah,
pairs. It wasn't a whole bunch of pairs, but
yeah. Some of the skates
Sheshaleva,
were rough.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Sheshaleva and Karnakov already kind of making a name for themselves as a potential, junior world title favorite for this season. Ice dance, another
Yeah.
AIN team, and also
Gorshkov team.
is there a Gorshkov team? I didn't realize that.
Alexei Gorshkov. He was Dominina and Shabalin and
Yeah.
Denko Vostovisky's coach. Both of them in their senior careers.
God, I haven't heard about that name in a long time.
He is really great at teaching technical strength. Like his teams always have really nice like edge quality skating skills. They're really capable of very complex programs and executing them really well. Unfortunately, he also kind of has a reputation for pushing them too much when they get injured, which is like what happened to Daniil Barantsev and Max Chabalin. But until that point, he does really good work with juniors. And this team that I think it's Fifielova. I need to hear a Russian pronunciation. Fifielova
That
Valov.
sounds right. That sounds
Yeah,
right in terms of how it's
their
spelled.
packaging was awesome, and I really liked how both of their programs were a little bit spooky. They had the rhythm dance was like tango and waltz, and the waltz was Carol of the Bells, which I also heard as a Ukrainian folk song.
That
which is
was
a little bit
that was a part
dicey.
of that was definitely
Yeah.
something that was talked about on
Yeah. But they're especially in their pattern section, they're doing the Westminster Waltz. It's very very unique and complicated. The different holds they were doing, and it was very very strong. And then they had this Requiem free dance that I believe Benoit Richaud choreographed for them. That was great, and they had some very original elements. They had a really original dance spin where she was almost all the way down with her back parallel to the ice, and he was sort of holding her in that position. It was cool. They were very innovative, and yeah, this was an awesome dance event all the way down. Actually,
Let's talk about the patterns in the rhythm
Yeah.
dance.
Oh, yeah.
The
God.
juniors have to do actually two patterns. They have to do
Yeah.
two Westminster Waltz
Mm-hmm.
patterns, as opposed to the seniors who do one
Yeah.
Golden Waltz pattern and then the creative dance element. There's no creative
Yeah.
dance element in the rhythm dances for
Yeah.
the juniors. We saw in the first couple of like domestic events that we saw, there were a lot of 3s and 4s being called on the Golden Waltzes, and that's not the case right now with
No.
these Westminster waltzes. Even with Fefielova and Valov, it was a 2 and a 3 for them for their Westminster waltzes. So curious to see when we finally get a senior international, challenger event with ice dance in it, like how these Golden waltzes are going to get called.
There will be blood. I hope so. I mean, let's call it fairly, and there should be blood. It's hard.
Let's see how it goes.
This Italian team that was second, Volta Rizzo team, Zoe Bianchi and Danielle Basile.
Basile.
They were Basile. They were gorgeous. They are so fast, and they have these beautiful lines and really just easy to watch, just really elegant, with so much power. I was just completely taken by them. I remember watching them last year as well, and I think they've improved a lot, and they had very unique programs that were just lovely on them. They were great.
Yeah, it was going to be them versus Fefielova and Valov. Like that was like looking at the accomplishments of the other teams. It was the Italian team was definitely at the top there. There was also Summer Hommick and Nicholas Bulow from Canada, who had a mistake in the rhythm dance that was an issue for them, and then ended up moving back up to third. But it was, for me, looking at this group, it was probably always going to be those three fighting for the podium, and that's what it ended up being.
Hammock and Bulow had an Evita free dance that they skated exceptionally well for this early in the season. And there was a lot of just like a maturity to it and character development. And it was really very engaging. I thought it was just a great skate from them. Evita's kind of having a moment this year.
That's what I was about to say. I think
and
Evita's
Madonna's
coming back.
Evita.
Is it Madonna's Evita? Because
it's all been Madonna so far. I haven't seen one that isn't Madonna.
So there was somebody in the women's short program, I think, who skated to "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," and I'm pretty sure the Rachel Ziegler version.
Oh, that would be good.
Because it was "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina."
Okay.
And my brain was not working here because I'm like, Madonna does not say that.
Yeah, well, Madonna also can't really hit the notes. I mean, no offense, I love her, but like,
how dare you?
When you hear like a real, her acting was great. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that movie, and her acting was great. But when you listen to a real Broadway singer sing those songs, it's like, oh.
I mean, to be fair, that was the best that her voice had ever been. So.
Yeah, I mean that's well, it's a low bar. I love Madonna, but really, I mean, I like the two American teams.
We love it. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I like the two American teams that were here too. They were interesting. Jane Calhoun and Mark Zeltchev, they just changed coaches like a week ago. They went to Igor from Elena Dostotny, and I really liked their programs. I really liked the intensity. They had a Master and Margarita rhythm dance. I thought was very intense and cool, and really like they kind of have like they're tall and they both have like dark hair and they have this like dark kind of glowering look on the ice that they really made work for them. It was fabulous. I'm so happy to be watching Junior dance. I didn't really realize how much I was missing it, and I had a great time watching this event.
Yeah. I mean, going back to that conversation about the junior pairs not getting into junior or the senior pairs as well, it's less so, I feel like, that the junior dance teams don't get into senior dance. It's that they somehow, the transition for them is very different. And there is such a huge gap in just the basics of the senior skaters and the power of the senior skaters that it takes a long time.
Most of the senior skaters right now came up training compulsory dances. And these juniors probably rarely do them.
Well, there you go.
I mean, look at like in the Olympic cycle, like heading into Vancouver, you had like Davison White and Virtue Moyer. They stepped right up into senior. They were right there. And then in the next cycle, Stepanova Bukin and Papadakis Cizeron, easily just boop, right up there. But I feel like it's all the last 5 world junior champions are just still in the middle.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see that. It's like these are names that we know, but they're also names that didn't necessarily rise to the very top, or it took them a while to rise to the very top. So, so we'll see what happens with this new crop as well. And I think American ice dance, right? We've seen such a deep dance field in the U.S. for the seniors, and the right now, right, you've got Hanna Aboyan and Daniil Veselukin being the top junior ice dance team, and have been for a couple of years now, and they're skating another season.
Age rules. I love them. I cannot wait. I don't think they're competing next week. I think the week after they're gonna have their first JGP event. But I saw a couple clips from a competition they did. I think it was Lake Placid International, and the gemstones and the eyeshadow. I can't wait. I'm ready.
I have mixed feelings about the Egyptian theme. It's very
Oh well, yeah,
it's very throwback
yeah,
90s, I feel like,
yeah,
and kind of not surprising given Melissa Gregory and the
yeah. And
influence
I mean,
there.
Hannah Aboyan is like she's just giving Oksana Grishuk all day long. I mean, she's such a star.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
and
see
I think
them.
Grishuk works with them.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll see
yeah,
them later this season. Okay,
yeah.
let's head over to the women.
Okay.
I very much agree with you on Sofiia Dzepka. It's what's been interesting about Russian single skating is that we have for as long as we can now remember, probably 10 years, 12 years now, it's been a crop of Eteri Tuperidze skaters. There have been some Yevgeny Plushenko skaters. And sometimes
And Lisa on an
yeah,
island.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa with Mishin on an island.
Yeah.
And you keep seeing the same types of things and you sort of expect you know what to expect with them, right? What's interesting about this competition, one, Sofiia Dzepka is not either of those schools.
Yeah.
And it shows that the difference in what this school in Russia prioritizes versus the other two that I was just talking about. But also, you also look at the Chinese skaters who have a lot of Russian influence because they oftentimes work with Russian coaches, including Eteri. And then you contrast them with the Japanese skaters, and you really see the difference in what the different countries prioritize in teaching these skaters at a younger age. You just see the Japanese skaters be much more about knees and ankles, and you
Yeah.
see the Russian skaters and the Chinese skaters be more about trying
Jumps.
to do things.
Flexibility.
Yeah, flexibility.
Transitions.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So they're different, very different ways of what they think is figure skating should be and is moving toward.
But I feel like when we talk about like the Russian skaters coming back, there's this kind of thought that women's skating is going to take a step back or back in that direction toward where the kind of Tuperidze school was dominating. And a lot of them were sort of lacking in those skating skills and very jump focused. And Sofiia Dzepka, I mean, she does have a quad toe, but
Yes.
she is really well rounded. I mean, she's
Agreed.
just the full package of like musicality and artistry and just and also really strong jumps. And she's also, I think, 16. So, and she's
She's got 1
taller.
year. I think she's got 1 year.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, she's gone through most of growing and still has these elements, and is able to compete really well. And it's just she's a beautiful, beautiful skater that I don't think would have fallen into that classification back then, and I don't think should be classified that way now.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised by her, and one of the things that it really came across for me was Eteri skaters and Plushenko skaters have this way of rushing through their music.
Yes.
And rushing through the intricacies of what they're doing because there's so much of it. And when I was watching her short program,
To Raimonda.
steps was a step sequence, right? Yeah. It was, I just felt like she was holding out shapes much
Yeah.
more.
She's been trained to do that.
Yeah.
The expression.
When I
Yeah.
was expecting her to like kick a leg up and then it's
Yeah.
gone. It was interesting to see. She does have the Russian tendency to be higher up, in the center of balance than the Japanese skaters being more down.
Well, I mean,
down to
we
the
had
ice.
like the textbook here with Karuko Wada.
Oh,
that girl
totally.
was
Totally.
like so deep in the knees. Her flow was unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
like
it was
totally
interesting.
different.
You mentioned the Chinese skaters having Russian coaches. All three of the Chinese girls in this event all had the same coach, the same coaching staff, and they work with a Chinese coach and then a Russian coach, Sofiia Fedchenko. And they had gone all over the place for choreography. I mean, Adam Soya, Benoit Richaud, Pascal Denis, Eteri Tuperidze, and Daniil Gleikengaus were all listed as their choreographers. That's a lot of working with different people, kind of sending them abroad. I was really impressed with the strength of this pack of Chinese skaters. I haven't seen them have a strong women's skater in a long time, like with all of her jumps. It's triple combination, really, solid. And they had like three.
Yeah.
And which one had the exogenesis?
Oh, Xu Shenjin.
Xu Shenjin. She's a beautiful skater. That was a gorgeous free skate.
That was my
And it was patient.
favorite. That was my favorite free skate of the entire program, of the entire event.
Even the opening, just really the way she had her head to the back of her head to the judges, and then she turned and looked at them as the music started. It was like, it was kind of chilling. It was really magnetic. Yeah, she's very special.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
she's
so sick of that music, but I was in it.
She
had me.
Amber Glen's 2027 free skate.
Yeah.
Yes. But Xu Shenjin has been Chinese champion, senior champion for the last 2 years. So she's got experience, and the Chinese women have been an interesting case study over the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years because of exactly what you were talking about. Like, we haven't seen a crop of very strong Chinese senior women, but there've been Chinese junior women who have been very strong. Xiang Yi'an has been, like, she was one of the skaters who everybody expected to become something big in the seniors, and she hasn't because she had injuries and she had a growth spurt, and like she'd lost the majority of her really hard elements. And it will be interesting to see this crop of junior women from China and how they develop, and whether they've sort of learned from the past of, maybe overtraining or over competing, or, whatever it is that led to, some of the more promising skaters of the last few years to really not make it. We still have Yihan Wang, who was really good in the juniors last season from China, and I think she's got at least one more season in juniors.
Yeah.
You know who I loved? Karen Miyazaki.
Yeah, she was really good.
That
She's
short
a baby.
program.
She's like 13.
I know. I mean, the star quality of Karen Miyazaki at 13 years old, like, it kind of reminded me of Naomi Narinam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like she's
a little
watch her.
superstar.
Yeah. You watch her and she's like, she just brings you in right away. I don't love the music choice of
It's a little
that man for a 13-year-old skater, but
she sold it.
it was I was okay with not listening to the lyrics and just kind of bop into the music.
Yeah. Rika Hongo choreography. And it looked like a Rika Hongo program. I could feel Rika in that.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
I liked her free skate too. I'm not too familiar with Avatar, but I felt like she liked it,
It was also very Rion Sumiyoshi coded.
Yeah,
like
her dress
styling,
was beautiful. Yeah. I felt like I saw it. I'm like, she thinks she looks cool and she likes this program.
I mean, she does look cool.
Yeah.
I was sad about Karuko Wado. You were talking about her. She had such a great season 2 years ago on juniors. Last year, she started kind of losing rotation on her jumps, and just got less consistent. And it feels like it's continuing this season, and she hasn't really found it yet. And even that combination she did in the short program, as good as it was, got calls.
Yeah. The mistake she made at the start of her free skate, I kind of felt like she didn't even know what was happening when she was missing those opening jumps. Yeah. Her basic skating, though, is unbelievable.
Yeah, super good. Super
She
good.
just flies. She's so deep in her knees and deep in the edges, and just the ice coverage is incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope she does end up, sort of rediscovering some of those, some of the stuff that really got her there a couple of years ago. But, Karen Miyazaki getting 6th here, Karuko Wada getting 8th here. Unlikely that they will get a second Junior Grand Prix assignment, given that to get a second assignment in a field as deep as Japan, you really have to be in contention for the Junior Grand Prix final.
Yeah.
And with a 6th place and an 8th place, you just won't be.
Yeah.
Same thing with Annika Chow from the U.S., who, when she's on, she's amazing, but she just had a really tough go at it in those two programs.
Her landings were questionable, I think, a lot. And I wonder, she kind of lands like on the front of her blade and it's a little sticky. It sort of reminds me of like Mirai, not as much up on the toe as Mirai, but and it's sort of like then you start looking at like every landing of her jumps. But she's very nice skater to watch.
Beautiful skater.
Beautiful.
And the lines are amazing.
Yeah.
Her sense of movement.
I loved her Romeo and Juliet free skate and the choreographic spin she did at the end where she stabbed herself. The choreographic spins were great. These are the first time I've really like paid attention to them, and they're the new thing. And she kind of went like this, and then the stabbing, and she did it all in that spin, and it was beautiful.
I want to hear your thoughts on choreographic spin. Go.
I love it. Do more of it. We need more choreographic elements. Let's go. I mean, I hate spin levels. I feel like they make spins a chore. I don't think we should have any spin levels. Spins should be choreography.
It's so interesting because if you would have said 20, 30 years ago, do a choreographic spin.
It's like a spin.
As a spin. Yeah, it's just a regular spin. But skaters, coaches, choreographers, they would have it would have probably been like a one position thing, and it would have been held out for a really long time, and that would have been how skaters from the 90s and maybe early 2000s would think about it. Here you've got a bunch of choreographic spins that were like multi position change of foot with extra stuff in the middle.
And they were done to match the program.
Yeah. And I think it was interesting to see the differences in how everybody had done it. And a lot, there's a lot of difference in how good these choreographic spins were. And I actually don't think the judges really have been calibrated quite yet on what they think the GOEs really should be like for these choreographic spins.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing okay, yes, creativity is part of the features, but also okay, yeah, this one's creative, but it's also spinning all over the place. And this person kind of fell out of it. All of a sudden you're getting a +2. You're like, that doesn't really sound right.
Yeah.
I did see, I don't know, was the German guys, he did a just superb back scratch, basic back scratch spin. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And it worked with the music so well. But what's creative about it? It's a back scratch spin. But it was really good musically.
Works.
That's the kind of thing that I like.
I think all spins should be choreo spins. I mean, you can have a requirement like choreographic camel spin, choreographic sit spin, choreographic layback, meaning you have to hit that position for at least one full rotation, or not even that. You have to hit the position, but not actually make that part of the credit.
Yeah.
And then let people just be creative.
Spins have been, we could talk about that. Well, we could talk about this for days, but spins has been, and step sequences has been a thing from the IJS that I've always had mixed feelings about because Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, it's for
step
me.
sequences. We
Oh,
need
yes,
something
step
because they're not doing
sequences.
figures anymore. They need something to. We need something to call the herd.
No, I know. I but like, I think about spins, and it is very true that the level of spinning ability in
Mm-hmm.
2026 is in general much higher than the level of spinning ability in 1996. Like, they
Yeah.
just they didn't really spend that much time on it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we had world champion Chen Lu barely being able to do a sit spin, right? Like, because it just wasn't a
Yeah.
thing that was required of them. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it needed to be
Yeah.
pretty, but it was like, okay, spin checked off. We had
Mm-hmm.
we had people who had interesting ideas about what
Mm-hmm.
spins could be, like Letitia Hubert, or like,
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Kwan when she was doing counter rotational spins, or
Mm-hmm.
the Nicole
Yeah.
Bobecks and Angela Nicodenas of the world who were just like killing it with their laybacks, right? It
Mm-hmm. Dick
the
Button was just gushing
Oh, I mean, God,
and criticizing everyone else's free
I
leg in the layback.
know, I
It's a
know.
poor turnout. It's a bad, very weak position.
It's like, you don't have to say that all the time. Yeah, I have mixed feelings on
Yeah.
spin levels and stuff. It has made the average senior skater a better spinner,
Yeah.
but it's also made
Yeah.
some very ugly spins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I digress. Okay, so that was the women's event. Sofiia Zepka
Yeah.
wins it by 23 points.
Yeah. She deserved it.
A sign of
Gorgeous.
a sign of things to come for
And one of the
her.
best quad toes I've ever seen.
It was a beautiful plateau.
Yeah. Unlike the quad toes, quad jumps from the next skater we're going to talk about.
Well, we're gonna go to the men,
Yeah, we are.
and we're gonna talk about Lev Lazarev,
Mm-hmm.
who won this thing also by 20 points, and
Mm-hmm.
again also definitively so. And this was in a lot of ways, right? Everybody came in believing that this was going to be the first sort of crowning of Sofiia Zepka and Lev Lazarev, in the junior events.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle, you were talking about those quads. He had a bunch of them in the free skate.
Yeah. And I didn't I don't know what I thought because I watched these men and some of them would try a quad toe. And so he's starting to set up and I'm like, is he going to do a quad toe or quad flip? Like a very telegraphed quad flip with a super tight rotation. And he had Rapon arms, which was even crazier. Yeah, I mean that his program was lovely. It was the Little Prince. It was really nicely put together. I think it suited him well. His skating is nice. I loved the scarf he had on his costume. Something about skating with a scarf is very I don't know, endearing to me. But he did flip, Lutz. Did he do another one?
Yeah, he did two Lutzes and a toe.
Two Lutzes. Yeah. No, a flip. No, two flips, right?
No, two Lutzes.
Oh, two Lutzes and a flip.
Yeah, two Lutzes
Okay.
and a flip and a toe.
Oh, so he had four quads.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was watching this Jesus Christ. It was, it was a lot of content. And they good on him, trying. Good for him. It was very impressive. But the technique was a little bit oh boy, just the long telegraphing, really relying on the really quick rotation. You wonder how long he's going to keep them when
Yeah.
he grows, because he's 16, but he's not. He looks younger. I think he's probably got a big growth spurt ahead of him. We'll see.
I really, speaking of sort of what we're used to with the Russian skaters, the thing that surprised me most about him was not the quads, but it was
Yeah.
the musicality
Yes,
of his skating.
lovely.
Reminded me a lot of someone like a Dmitry Aliyev, who was always this very sensitive musical skater, and and it felt like that with him. Like he also wasn't rushed in his choreography. He held out his shapes and his positions really well. He understood what he was skating to, which I loved.
Yes. He had, his musicality was very remarkable. I think especially for a student, I don't know how long he's been with him, but Sergei Davidov, his students tend to be very stoic and not defined. Like Sofiia Samodelkina was one of his, and I felt like she's really had to do work to bring like the personality into her skating. So to see this in such a young like junior skater, I don't know whether he's brought in other people, but it's a big change. And I really felt like Lev was projecting and looking at the crowd and, really performing and understanding the theme, which was really nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who was it. Daniil Samsonov. It was Daniil Samsonov.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Oh my God. Super Easy boy.
If we remember 6 or 7 years ago, Daniil Samsonov was
more than that.
Jumping around.
More.
Yeah, so it was a long time ago. Jumping around as a junior, doing quad lutzes and all these things. And it was not that it's the same, but similar in the sense of like a sort of more compact kid doing these jumps before they got to puberty. I mean, if you looked at someone like Nathan or Ilya or any of those, or Bo Yang, right? Like any of these skaters who ended up having the really big quad jumps, they weren't really doing those when they were in juniors. So they relied on the strength that they built as they became an adult to then and the technique to then get these jumps into place. And so I do wonder how Lev's jumps are going to last over the next few years. We'll see. We've seen junior skaters who had mediocre or okay technique continue, right? And we've seen them to not. And so that's going to be interesting. The complete other hand is Yan-Ha Lee, who didn't.
Oh my God. So good.
Who's been on the junior scene now for a few years, and we've seen him grow, like physically and figuratively grow.
Yeah.
And he learned the triple axel and the quad toe later than a lot of these other kids do. And that quad toe he did in the free skate was gorgeous.
Yeah. He also just turned 18, so he's a little bit older. Yeah. Gosh, beautiful. And he's the one who's from New Zealand. It's kind of just like remarkable.
Dwayne Yan-Ha Lee from New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah. His free skate, he went back to an older free skate, to Pieces by the Weekend, and had like a new piece in there. And it was, he seemed to really be into it. It's not usually my typical favorite type of music, but
I thought he owned that music.
He did.
So
he
well.
did. It was a great skate. Even with the popped axle, it was beautiful. Yeah.
You don't usually see like junior skaters be able to jibe with such like dynamic music like that, especially pop songs.
Yeah.
And I just thought like he just looked like he was having fun and also skating really well at the same time. And I think that that really shone through. And he won PCS by 2 points over Lev. I thought he should have been closer to 80 with that program. He really was. It was a mature skate. Yeah. His basics are really strong, and the presentation of that program was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. Like really remarkable. I'm just looking at his bio now. His birthday is August 12th, so that's why he's in junior this year. He wasn't 18 by July 1st.
Oh, the sad 1 month cutoff.
I know. Oh. I mean, I guess Adelina Sotnikova had it the worst. Her birthday was July 1st. She was born at like 5 o'clock in the morning or something. But unfortunately, that didn't happen like on the crux of like an Olympic season.
Like she was born on June 30th at some point, somewhere in the world. It was June 30th.
Yeah, change my birth certificate.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And then a couple of really great skates. Daya Ebihara, probably the best that I've ever seen him skate in a free
It was
skate.
a good
That
free
was
skate.
really
Yeah.
well done. I thought his PCS could have been a little bit higher. Patrick Blackwell, a kid who is very much known to be inconsistent, and we've seen him have just these incredibly good skates, and then he backs it up the next day with something that wasn't as good. This time it was the other way around. He had a bad short program, and he came back with a really good free skate. Moved himself all the way up. It was what?
Yeah, 12th and a 4th. First
12.
menning of the year. Well, actually, we saw some menning in that dance event we talked about last week, but this was
So much.
yeah.
Oh yeah, apparently, I'm getting in the chat that Yan Hao could have been senior this year. He's actually eligible, but he decided.
Oh, yeah,
to
17 by the previous
yeah.
July 1st, not
Yeah,
18. Yeah,
right.
yeah, okay. Oh, so it was a choice to stay junior.
Yeah, it was a choice.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Japanese guys skated really well. Hayato Okazaki was good, especially in the short program. I thought. I loved Jaru Lee.
His short program was good.
I really liked his free skate.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
thought there was a certain maturity to his free skate that we didn't see last year, and he's also been in the juniors for quite a while, and it was good to see him break 200. And it's, as I've talked about in my primer episodes, it's harder to get the bigger scores now, especially in the free skate, because we are missing one jumping pass.
Yeah. I'm not missing it, but point
I'm
wise.
not
they're
either.
missing it.
I'm not either. I do feel like so far, the juniors have 30 fewer seconds to work with on their free skates, so they already have less time, and they don't have a step sequence, and so that's kind of the difference between the junior and the senior free skates. But it does feel like they're working with more space.
Yeah.
I will say, I think we have to watch out for some crazy combinations.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's where the skaters who really have the big elements are going to really max out is, the reason we haven't seen a quad combination is because it wasn't worth it in the 7 jump
Yeah.
system. It is worth it now.
Well, we'll see.
If you can do it consistently, it is worth it now. Be a different kind of
It
thing.
may also be worth keeping your hips in their sockets. So,
Also true. Also true. All right. Well, two other things I wanted to mention. No, 3 other things I wanted to mention here, because there were some really interesting things that happened in this men's free skate. Vince Minchong from Australia, I thought had ridiculously big jumps, and they were just it was cool to see. Gyujin Hwang from Korea, he ended up 15th in overall.
Yeah.
He skated to the video game soundtrack of Zelda. where he sang in half of the program. It was a very Star Andrews
his
moment.
voice?
It was his voice.
Oh, I'm going to look that up. That's,
Yeah.
wow.
So that was very cool. And then lastly, Samir Temirgalin, who from Uzbekistan, he did this back Bielman for his choreographic spin. That was beautiful. They're just some of these junior men are just they got stuff.
Does the Uzbek skater have that gorgeous jump technique, like Malinina and Malinin and Skorniakov?
I don't remember. I just remember the back Bielman.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very interesting to watch all 26 of the junior men's free skates. One, because I didn't want to go to sleep and wake up at 1:30.
Yeah.
but there were just some really cool stories. There was, both of the Indian skaters at this event, both were roller skaters who made the transition to figure skating very recently. The stories of these the smaller feds and what they're doing, and their sort of inclusion into the figure skating world, I think it's very inspiring.
And shout out to Mark Hanready for telling those stories.
I know. I mean, Mark
He
is
does
just
a lot of work on Instagram. A lot of work.
Mark is just so intent on knowing every little bit about all these skaters, and it's a really great addition to just watching these programs, because you get to understand these skaters and their stories a lot better. All right, that was the first Junior Grand Prix. Plenty to talk about there. Riga, Latvia is coming up. And there are no AIN skaters in this one, so it'll be maybe a little different feel. Who knows? But some skaters who we're excited to see. I mean, for the men, Habin Choi, who now that Minku Saw is going into seniors, he is the top junior Korean man right now. But also Jae-Kun Lee is sort of hot on his heels. It's two very different styles of skater for the two of them. And then Sena Takahashi of Japan has had good results in the juniors before, and he'll be on there. Ian Wheeler from Switzerland, Caleb Farrington from the U.S. I
love his skating.
Yeah, it's you look at this group, it's actually Habin Choi is more the jumper, but the other four that I just mentioned are very kind of artistically oriented. Mei Okada in the women's event, I'm looking down the list. She's going to be one of the favorites, but who else is going to be there?
Hannah Bath. Can't wait.
If you don't know about Hannah Bath, you have to watch Hannah Bath this coming week, because she is an Australian skater who
trains in Japan.
Is half Japanese in heritage, and was such a revelation last season, especially at Junior Worlds. And I'm excited to see what she's going to bring to this season with those triple axels, with improved skating, and where that all kind of shakes out with the likes of Sofiia Dzepka and others who are going to come along.
Yeah. And we have a debut.
Who's the debut?
An American skater we've been excited to see.
Skylar Lautova.
Skylar Lautova Peguero. I don't know how to say the third name, but yeah, daughter of Yulia Lautova, coach of Lindsay Thorngren. And like Lindsay, Skylar has really nice jump technique.
I love that. I have been pronouncing Yulia Lautova's name wrong for the last 30 years.
So she's Russian, and she skated for Austria. Yeah. And I think that's an Austrian spelling of her name. And in German, the W is pronounced like a V. Lautova. Yeah. And her daughter's awesome, and she's always been great to watch at nationals in the U.S. and at domestic competitions. So I'm excited to see her JGP debut.
Yeah, Skylar has been last couple of years really killing it in novice and somewhat in juniors. She's still fairly young, but she's got her triples. they're weirdly inconsistent in the sense that like I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, there's the triplets triple toe,
Yeah.
and then the next week it's like, where's her triplets? Where did it go?
Yeah.
Not really
Yeah,
sure
she's
where
only
that
13.
comes from. Yeah. So
Yeah.
excited to see that. There are a lot more of the women's skaters there that are going to be really interesting to watch.
She's training with Selezneva and Makarov now, in addition to her mom.
Ah,
That's interesting. Added them to her team. So
yeah. This women's event is going to once again have a lot of big names. Big names in the junior circuit that we already know about. Yihan Wang, we just talked about earlier in the podcast. She'll be there. Anna Gerke from Germany will be there. Boy, like I'm just like looking at this list, and a lot of these skaters were like top 10, top 15 at Junior Worlds last year. It'll be an interesting competition. Valia Ezova from Switzerland, two Swiss skaters in this event who, have a very good chance of really being in the top 5, if not in the medal conversation. So yes, lots of interesting things coming up for Latvia this coming week. What else? There's one more thing that's happening this week. Well, there are two things that are happening this week. Skate Canada is having their high performance camp. Who knows what we're going to hear out of that? There is like a media availability thing that you'll probably see some pictures and things. So we'll see. This is the national team camp for, I think, they're senior skaters only, because the juniors went before that. And it'll be all the senior skaters who are going to be at the big competitions this season. And the equivalent,
First camp without Piper and Paul in 3 Olympic cycles? 4?
First camp with Jean-Luc Baker as a Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And Hannah Lim as a Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, actually,
and,
no. She competed for Canada as a junior, so maybe she went to their junior camp.
Maybe.
I don't know if she went internationally, but I know she did domestic because she and Ye Kwan were like 4th and junior at Canadians. I don't know where I'm pulling this out of, but I want to see clips of Marjorie and Jean-Luc, please.
I don't know if the high performance camp has clips. Actually, no, they probably will. The Skate
Leak
Canada has
them.
been doing
Post
a lot
them.
of Skate Canada has been doing a lot of social media lately. I think they're gonna get some clips.
I mean, the videos of them in the hallway, like answering goofy questions, are fun. Like, I appreciate it, but I want to see some skating clips, please.
Yeah, they're not answering questions to get GOEs.
Yeah.
We want things that get GOEs. Okay, so Skate Canada's high performance camp. There's also the equivalent of that in the U.S. Champs Camp is happening this coming week, which will then be followed by the now annual Summer Sizzler event. Although that is now preceded by this styling event of costumes
Yeah.
that
What
is
is that?
happening. Who knows? I mean, it's from what I can understand, the styling event is about showcasing costumes and there's this I think there's this idea that, like, in other sports there's like jersey reveals, and like, why don't we do that for figure skating? Like, maybe they're gonna, like, I don't know, model their new team jackets. I no idea. But they will be doing some showcasing of skater costumes, and I think Lisa McKinnon is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
So she was the costume designer for basically all of the definitely the top women.
Everyone who didn't have a Maddie Chalk costume had a Lisa McKinnon costume.
Right.
Costume.
I mean, it was basically those two.
Mathieu Caron.
Yeah, Mathieu and Maddie and
Yeah.
Lisa McKinnon, like, dressed most of Team USA.
Yeah.
And And so she's going to be there. It's going to be hosted by Johnny Weir. I don't know what the hosting is.
Are you going to go to this? So
I am going to go
Sizzler?
to it. Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to the styling event. I'm going to Sizzler.
I want a full report.
I have no idea what to expect. But I do. What I love about this, if this is conceptually the thing, is it shows the stuff that goes around the skating, right? Like you can't have skating without costumes, and costumes are a big topic of conversation every single season. And I do like, there are all these beautiful costumes out there. Some made by professional designers, some made by skaters' moms. Right? Yeah. And it's part of the story of figure skaters and figure skating programs, and I like that this is being showcased and put on a pedestal in a way for people to see. That said, I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't.
Well, you can give us a full report.
I will.
I am not going to the Sizzler. I'm going to a music festival this weekend, so I'm going to be in a great form on Sunday.
After JGP Latvia that you're going to watch right now.
I'll watch it on my phone. Yeah. From my hotel in Orange County.
The Summer Sizzler, we'll see who will debut their new programs. We saw last year that there were some skaters who chose to do one of their new programs in the show. Some, their programs weren't ready yet, so they were just, they had their camp, and then they did an old exhibition program and whatnot. So we'll see.
Also, the first chance camp without Maddie and Evan in 3 or 4 Olympic cycles.
Yeah, right.
4.
It is a changing of the guard for the ice dance. That is for sure. So much happening already. It's August 22nd.
Yeah. Well, Rhythmic Worlds is over, so I can give skating my full attention.
Well, when Heated Rivalry comes back in April, we will have off-season podcasts to do.
Oh my God. Is it really April? We still have to wait that long?
It is April. I will be 45 years old by the time this.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be 43. Wow. Crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jeez. I've seen all the filming photos. I'm like, okay.
I am no spoilers. I am trying to be as unspoiled as possible. One of the beauties of the first season was that I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
The only thing that I knew about season 1 before I watched it was that gym scene where they're sitting on the floor and they're like exchanging water bottles. And I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And that was the only impression that I had.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to stay as unspoiled as I can.
Yeah. Dinner time.
Yes. It's dinner time. It is also dinner time for my dog, Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin might need to make an appearance at some point. So
yeah.
All right,
You should
Michelle.
bring him to nationals.
Yeah, no, he will freak out. He's one of the most impatient dogs.
It's unusual for Frenchies. They're usually so friendly.
Oh, he's friendly.
Yeah.
Mine's
not.
Just way too friendly.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Michelle, anything else before we drop?
I watched some of the Detroit.
Oh, Skate Detroit.
Skate Detroit. Yeah, I watched some of the dance, and Flores and Jepsen have a great rhythm dance. It's really interesting, and I think they've improved a lot in their few weeks they've been in Ontario. I liked it. I liked the material. I liked how their skating is looking. Yeah, just excited for dance.
So many random competitions happening that we never used to pay attention to.
Yeah, thank you so much to the people in the stands who are filming and posting them on YouTube for us.
Yeah,
the real ones.
Yes, yeah.
If anyone wants to film and post, Marjorie and Jean-Luc, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, there's not going to be an audience for that one. The other thing I was going to mention is there's another Japanese domestic competition happening right now, which is the Tokyo Summer Figure Skating Competition. It reminds me of the United States International Figure Skating Classic back in the day. Like it's like the most generic name that you could think of. Anyway, Tokyo Summer is happening. Rion Sumiyoshi skated a near clean short program, and I think the toe on her combo maybe would have been a Q, but she got a 68 on it. So a good next step for her. Ami Nakai was supposed to be at Tokyo Summer, but she withdrew to spend more time preparing for Kinoshita.
Yeah, she's busy in Toronto.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense if she's going to be in Toronto, right? Like just flying back and forth. Makes sense.
Filming the new season of Heated Rivalry.
Ami Nakai. On the cast of
short form women's figure skating. Did she just do a quadruple axel?
Oh, speaking of which, have you seen this AI generated video of Erling Haaland, the soccer player with the ponytail?
Yeah. Getting surprised?
No. He's doing a septuple sow cow.
Okay, I need to see that. That's amazing. I love him.
The thing that's the most amazing about it is that he does this septuple sow cow and he lands it under rotated, which tells me...
I mean, I'm amazed that man can even get in the air. So,
which tells me that AI has been learning figure skating jumps and watching so many under rotated jumps.
Thinks that's the landing.
AI thinks that under rotation is the way to go.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun when they start rolling it out for jump calling at ISU competitions.
Well, let's hope they think they teach them in a different way than these AIs are doing. So fun times. All right. On that note, we're gonna end this episode of the Rocker Skating Podcast. As always, thank you to John Wilson Blades and all its brands for supporting. Thank you all for listening and supporting. If you're going to be at Summer Sizzler this week, I have advanced copies of the season retrospective book that Danielle Earle and I are coming out with, and they're only a certain number because I can only get so many overnighted over to Boston so quickly, but they are starting to ship soon, so get your copy. store.rockerskating.com. Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you, Michelle Ellis, as always. And I am Jackie Wong, chief skate nerd of rockerskating.com. We will talk to you again next week. Bye.
Bye.